Mum Guilt in Letting and Estate Agency. Today I'm joined by the wonderful Patsy Day, who is a Balvoir franchisee from Norfolk and Suffolk. Thanks for joining me today. Patsy, I want to talk to you about mum guilt. Before we switch the cameras on, we were talking that you were married, but you're a single mum now to two beautiful children who are now in their early to mid 20s. But as you were, throughout your career, you had the children. I want to talk to you about mum guilt. Now, just for the record, if there was a dad here, would I ask about dad guilt? No,
Probably not.
no, I wouldn't. But at the end of the day, I get talked to an awful lot of women at shows and exhibitions and things like that. And a lot of them still have this guilt about spinning plates of being a mum, being a wife, and a career.
Mm.
How did you sort all that out? Did you suffer from mum guilt?
Yes, yeah, on a daily, absolutely. I think mums are notorious at piling the guilt on themselves, actually, perhaps where it doesn't exist. But for certain, having to leave the home, leave my children to be taken care of by other people, the father obviously, and then childminders and the like, was very difficult, particularly if one of them was upset or poorly or
Because you had quite a high flying before. When were your children born? Late 90s.
2000 and 2001.
Okay, so you're at Anglian Water at that time, a
Mm,
high flying job.
mm.
Um, how did you balance it all?
Yeah, it was tricky. Actually, something always had to give. And unfortunately, it was always the children. It was always the home because these other things that would be pulling on me um, would be making more noise and actually were responsible for making sure that we had a roof over our head and, a reasonably good quality of life. So that always got my attention first. And yeah, it's I don't feel proud about that, but absolutely there are times where we're out and the phone's ringing, particularly with the business. The phone never stopped, and it was mummy's on the phone, mummy's on the phone, and yeah, that's not a very good.
If I had your two daughters here now,
Mm.
would they realize, would they, criticize is the wrong word. What would they say?
They would remember that. They would absolutely remember that. But equally, and it is gratifying. They are so proud of me, and not only that, they are immensely proud of themselves and each other because they've walked away with some really good lessons. They've seen me graft, and they've both got cracking work ethics. They're both really decent humans. Um, they have a desire to do well, and they're driven, and I know that that came because they've observed me at very close quarters
I mean, you
running a business.
we did your story in a previous video, and we said that your mum had brought you up from the age of 5 as a single parent because unfortunately your father passed away. Did they learn anything from their grandmother?
100%. Yeah, definitely. So my mum was an old West Indian, and her lessons were harsh. And she was a very strong woman, very capable woman. And she's raised 5 children herself to be that. And equally, she spent a lot of time caring for my two. And yeah, they've got a lot of their nan's lessons in them. I see it, I hear it.
Do you think your husband could have done more in that?
Yeah, absolutely. Which was part of the downfall, unfortunately.
I
Not
know.
that I'm bitter about that, but
What what advice would you give to men watching this, especially if they've got a wife who wants a career?
hmm, I think you've got to be supportive. You've got to be uh, as devoted to the cause. You've got to see it as a partnership, and that whilst it might be the female taking on what was traditionally the male's role, um, I think men need to salute women who want to play that kind of role within the relationship. I'm guessing it becomes more challenging if you both need and want to have a career. Um, and I've got no advice on that, but I do think, yeah, men should salute strong women and embolden them, and not feel in the least bit threatened.
I know a number of women who are in important career roles
Mm.
within the estate agency industry, or I've had the pleasure of interviewing them. And whilst they haven't said this on camera, they have said it off camera, is that a lot of the time the man is got a little bit of jealousy.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. What
it,
is it with men?
I think there could be with some men,
Not all men, but
an element
some.
of jealousy, an element of every bit of her success is shining a light on potentially his failure. And I think for some men that's really, really difficult to grasp hold of. And yeah, it's a tricky one to talk through. But I think that is a thing. I think some men can't cope with it.
No, because of
You
the
know,
traditional, hate to say it,
the
stereotypes.
stereotype, because actually it does make a man look potentially like less of a man. And maybe strong women in their strength inadvertently demasculate or remasculate their men. I don't know. I think perhaps I did. Um,
Do you think that was a contributory factor? I know you, unfortunately, you lost your marriage when you were spinning so many plates and you had the second office.
mm,
Do you, you said in the previous it wasn't all to do that. Do you think there might have been an element of that?
yeah, and I am going to say this. I think some men are boys and some men will always be boys.
Men are boys. We only grow up.
Thank you. I do believe that
Yeah,
some men are boys,
no,
and
we
so
never grow up. The only
boys
thing
need,
we just different. It's just different toys.
yeah, need attention and need that
Oh,
loving
and
and
I need a medal when you've done the dishwasher.
exactly that'll put the bins out.
Yeah,
Tell me everything you're going to do
don't take out a
today.
medal.
So I do think that plays its part as well. And you know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
It's a great book. Do
Great
watch
book.
it. Do read it. It's, or listen to it.
Yeah,
Cracking book.
and I think that plays out in certainly some relationships, and certainly did in mine. When you're operating in non-traditional roles, you know, I won't decry my ex-husband. He was a great father when the children were young, and you know, did the story time and bedtime when I wasn't there. So absolutely, you know, played his part. But yeah, I think as I became, I don't want to use the word successful, but as I became more whatever,
Mm,
um,
more Patsy.
more Patsy. I think that was a bit challenging. Yeah,
Yeah, because your stock price, if there is such a thing, grew both in the industry and definitely within Belvoir. You were put on a pedestal.
to a degree. Yeah,
Did you like being put on a pedestal?
I
Because we
like
all love the adulation,
it's.
don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I like recognition where it's absolutely due, where I've done a good job and it's
Mhm.
been recognised. You get that when they choose you. You're doing an
Yeah,
appraisal
because
and
you've
they
had
choose
you've had
you.
your fair share of awards, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah, I have, which I'm really very proud of. They mean a lot to me and my team. But yeah, I think we all like to know when we've done, particularly when you work for yourself. You know, I haven't got a boss where I can go to and say, hey, I've done this today, or that project is completed, or I've come in on budget, or whatever. You know,
It's
it's quite
lonely.
lonely. It's quite a lonely place. And yeah, if you're fueled by well done, Pat, great job, girl, then and that's not there, then yeah, that can be yeah, for some people, I think, yeah, I
Well,
like.
one of the reasons you're here today is that I've been following you for a while. We know we met over 12 years ago, and I think it was at the Women in the Stage Zoo conference. I said you need to come to Watkin Sofa.
You did, and I
Now
did.
look at you. What advice would you give to women watching this on how to deal with the guilt?
I think you're showing your children. I think you're demonstrating, and you are role modeling, as well as maybe not being the mum that's there all the time. Desperately try to encourage that you don't let the guilt get in the way so much that it prevents you from performing, because it's that performance that is giving. You're supporting your family, and yeah, there are too many young people in this world that do not know what a hard day's work is, and it's one of the things that really gets my goat. Too many young people that are entitled and expect it now before putting any of the effort in. Um,
Maybe we should talk about that in the next video.
Perhaps we could. That would
Thank you
be.
for your time today.
You're very welcome.